In terms of digital sovereignty, it's important to understand what it really is. Germany's Bitkom, the Digital Industry Association, characterizes sovereignty as the ability and freedom to use one's own technologies and those of partners, in contrast to self-sufficiency, which prioritizes independence even at the expense of efficiency. And I'd like to just pull from a quote from Alexander Stubb, the President of Finland, who says, "It does not mean isolation, but rather having certain capacities in critical fields and working with like-minded partners to avoid risky dependencies." What we do see is that digital sovereignty can often be viewed on a matrix, with resiliency on one axis and sovereignty on another axis. And there are trade-offs between these two elements, whether you're choosing to have more resiliency, and in the case of outages, or whether it's more sovereignty, but sometimes that might come at the expense of resiliency. People have the choice. It's a sliding spectrum that you can configure your own deployment to meet the needs that you have and the priorities that you have. It's also a very complicated situation with no black or white answers, and it's a very personal situation where we each need to deeply consider what it means to us. At Esri, as a network of thousands of employees around Europe, we share a lot of empathy with everybody in this situation. We also believe that Esri has a relatively unique situation in Europe. We're built up of a network of 27 different mini Esris around the region, all locally owned and committed businesses, sharing in the needs and the priorities of their territories, their markets, their countries. And the value of this network also scales out to many partners that we have. Around 700 partners across Europe. And let's not forget also the European Support Centre that we have that feeds all of our support cases and are handled within Europe by default. The ArcGIS platform also lends itself well to supporting digital sovereignty needs. The platform is open and interoperable by design. We support Open Geospatial Consortium standards, OGC standards, and data can come in and out of the platform. It's not a black box where everything is contained in one place. We also adhere to stringent security controls such as ISO 27001. And further, our customers have full control of how they deploy ArcGIS, whether it's choosing to have SaaS or deploying the ArcGIS platform on-premise, and whether that's on locally owned clouds or in hyperscaler clouds, even such as the AWS European Sovereign Cloud. It means that customers can configure and deploy exactly how they choose to meet their needs with digital sovereignty. And finally, we're very proud of having 7 R&D sites across the region, building out technologies that are critical to the needs within Europe, including 3D, reality mapping, and indoors, all technologies that are critical for building digital twins. So to summarize, I'd also like to pull from a quote from Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, where he says, "A world of fortresses will be poorer, more fragile, and less sustainable. With a platform that is open and interoperable, as well as being able to fully control how you deploy ArcGIS, our view is that Esri helps people achieve a pragmatic realism in the sense of how they can achieve digital sovereignty of their assets and their services."
Esri Belux, the science of where.